All right, let's dive in. We hear a lot about AI, right? But today, we're going to talk about something you probably haven't heard much about, how AI is kind of quietly becoming the single biggest player in building a cleaner, more sustainable energy future for all of us.
So let me ask you this. What do you think is the real path to a cleaner planet? Yeah, we all think of solar panels, giant wind turbines, and those are great. But what if I told you there's this powerful, almost invisible force working behind the scenes that makes all of that stuff actually work? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into.
So here's what's on deck. We'll look at the big picture of a clean future. And then we'll pull back the curtain on this silent revolution. We'll see how AI is making our power grid smarter, slashing waste, and even helping us invent brand new materials. And then we'll see where it's already making a difference in the real world before we tackle that all-important question, where do we go from here?
Okay, let's get into it. The path to a clean future. You know, it's easy to talk about this stuff, but we're going to look at one technology that is, well, it's changing everything.
And that brings us right to the heart of what we're talking about today, the silent energy revolution. Think of AI as the unsung hero here. It's the quiet background player that's turning the whole idea of clean energy from this, far-off dream into something that is very, very real.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. AI is the real hero who is often overlooked. It's so true, right? We see these huge, impressive wind turbines, these sprawling solar farms, but what we don't see are the invisible brains, the algorithms, making them smarter and more efficient, literally every single second of the day.
So how's it actually doing that? Well, picture this. Huge solar farms, right? AI is actually adjusting the angle of every single panel all day long to soak up the absolute maximum amount of sun. Or think about a wind farm. AI is predicting wind patterns with just unbelievable accuracy. It's making sure we squeeze every last drop of clean energy out of the air. And the craziest part, this isn't some sci-fi movie stuff. This is happening right now.
And you can really see this intelligence at work when we talk about smart grids. We're going to see how it takes our old, kind of clunky power grid and gives it a serious IQ boost.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The old grid, it's inefficient, it's wasteful, it's like a one-way street that's always getting jammed up. But an AI-powered grid, totally different ballgame. It's dynamic, it's super responsive, it's constantly balancing supply and demand to stop problems like blackouts before they even have a chance to start.
Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a smart nervous system. Your body's nervous system just handles things, right? It manages your breathing, your heartbeat, without you even thinking about it. That's what AI does for the power grid. It lets it predict, react, and balance everything in real time. It just works.
And it really boils down to 3 simple steps. First up, predicting. The AI is constantly crunching data, weather patterns, when we all turn our lights on, you name it, to figure out how much power we're going to need. Step 2 is balancing. It's like a master conductor, moving energy around in real time to perfectly match supply with demand. And finally, preventing waste. It reroutes power to avoid overloads, making sure pretty much every bit of energy gets used and not just lost.
But okay, managing the grid is just one piece of the puzzle. AI's role is actually much, much bigger. And that brings us to our next idea, AI as an engine of discovery. This is where things get really cool. We're moving beyond just managing what we have to inventing the stuff of the future.
Yeah, think of these as AI's secret superpowers. I mean, instead of a scientist spending years in a lab, AI can test millions of new combinations for materials in just a few days. We're talking about discovering brand new materials for better solar cells, designing batteries that can store way more energy. It's even helping us figure out how to capture carbon more effectively, and using robots to build everything safer and faster. It's a total game changer. Now, all of this sounds incredible, I know. But the most important part is that this isn't just some theory for the future. We're going to look at the real-world impact because this is happening right now, and it is changing people's lives.
Let's take a look at a really powerful example. In remote villages in Africa, AI is managing these small, self-contained power grids. They're called microgrids. And for communities that have literally never had reliable power before, this means lights in schools, power for local businesses, electricity in homes, for the very first time.
And the impact is just staggering. We're talking about communities going from basically zero reliable energy to over 80% coverage. And that's not just about, being able to turn on a light switch. It's about empowering people to start businesses. It's about connecting kids in school to the rest of the world. It's about building real self-sufficiency from the ground up.
And hey, it's not just happening in remote areas. Look at big cities across Europe. AI is in there, optimizing the energy use for whole neighborhoods. The result? You can actually see the drop in carbon emissions, and people are paying less on their energy bills. It's a win-win. Cheaper, cleaner power for everyone.
So, with all this amazing progress happening, it brings us to the really big question, right? What's the path forward from here? Well, moving forward means we have to be smart about this. We need everyone working together, Global cooperation is key, because you can't build a sustainable future for just one country. And maybe most importantly, we have to make sure that this incredible technology is used to help everybody, not just a handful of people. Because when you get right down to it, this AI energy revolution, it isn't something that's coming in the future. It's here. It's happening now. So the only real question left is, are you ready to be a part of it?
It really all boils down to this simple but incredibly powerful idea. AI plus energy. That equals the future. It's not just one possibility among many. It's the future that we're building as we speak.